If you missed the Mets and Rays series, I got you. The Mets opened the series on the heels of their second straight sweep, but their fortunes would quickly change. Jonathan Aranda swatted a solo shot in the first, the only run Clay Holmes would allow in his 5 innings. From there, the Mets would open up a 5-1 lead after the fifth, thanks to some horrid defense from Tampa and a couple clutch singles. Moving on to the top of the sixth, Paul Blackburn entered the game and allowed 4 of the 5 batters he faced to reach. Mendy then turned to Max Kranick, who allowed 4 runs before escaping a horrid frame. The Mets had a chance to take the lead in the 8th when Juan Soto came up with 1 on and 2 out and sent a ball to right field that had a .990 expected batting average, but was caught on the warning track. Rays take the opener 7-5. Game 2 was a Saturday afternoon matchup and yet another rough Tylor Megill start. Over just 3 2/3 innings, Megill allowed 6 runs to score, however only half of them were earned. Jose Castillo threw next but came away with a similar result. In his inning and a third, he gave up 2 more runs, again only half were earned. Sticking with the theme of halves, the Rays scored 4 in the fourth, half of their runs. The hitting was solid for New York, putting up 4 runs on a pair of solo homers from Brett Baty and Ronnie Mauricio, and 2 RBI singles from Brandon Nimmo. Tampa Bay doubled up New York 8-4 to take the first 2 games of this 3-game set. The final game of this series was a Tampa Bay onslaught. They started early against Griffin Canning, scoring 4 runs in the first 3 innings. 1 on a Cameron Meisner fielder's choice, a 2nd on a wild pitch, another on a Danny Jansen RBI single, and finally their 4th on a Jake Mangum fielder's choice. Canham was knocked out after 4 1/3 innings, clinching his 2nd straight bad start. There was 0 offense for the Mets as they were shut out and were only able to collect 5 hits on the day. Rays win 9-0 and the Mets get swept for the first time this season. Just a couple takeaways from this series, starting with the starting pitching. The starters have not been good enough since Kodai Senga's injury, and they're going to have to step up or the Mets will relinquish their NL East lead. Next, Francisco Lindor. He's in a bit of a slump, which is normal, but I'm worried that it has something to do with his toe injury. If this slump persists, I hope the Mets make the decision to place him on the IL. And finally, sweeps happen. It's an 162-game season, so don't worry too much. This team will bounce back. Up next for the Mets is a 3-game series in Truist Park against the Atlanta Braves. With updates after every Mets series, I'm Ben Ballion with the Sports Pod.